is this conditional statement a tautology? Now, to be a tautology, it needs to be true for all cases of P and Q. There's 4 scenarios. They're both true, they're both false. One's true, one's false. The other one's false, true. So if it's true for all situations, then we're going to say, yes, it is a tautology. We're going to do that by making a truth table. You start with columns for P and Q. You have 4 situations. The situation where they're both true could have P true, Q false, P false, Q true, or the situation where they're both false. All right, I'm going to start with the inside here. I need a column for the negation of Q. That's going to be the opposite of whatever Q is here. So if Q is true, the negation of Q is false. So just take the opposite of each of those. All right, now I'm ready to do this conditional inside here. If P, then the negation of Q. So I'm looking at the P column and the negation of the Q column. Now remember, there's only one false scenario for this if P is true and Q, the negation of Q is false. And you can see that right here in the first one. True to false is false. All the other scenarios are going to be true. So there's only one false case for the conditional. Going from a true statement to a false statement is false. All right, now I'm ready to do this whole piece here. It has the symbol for and. That one is only true if both columns are true. So I'm looking at these 2 columns now. The column for the conditional here and the column for Q. If they're both true, then the and situation is true. So go down, there's one scenario where they're both true. That third one down. All the other scenarios are going to be false. All right, I need a column for the negation of P. That's going to take P here and do the opposite. It's going to be false, false, true, true. All right, so I have this piece, the left-hand side of the conditional, and I have the negation of P now. So now I'm ready to finish it off with the last column here. So here I'm looking at this column and this column. All right, so remember the conditional, there's only one false case. That is when I go from true statement to a false statement. And none of these situations goes from a true to a false. That means they're all true. So remember, the question was, is it a tautology? And since we got true for all scenarios of P and Q for this statement, then we're going to say yes, it is a tautology. Yes, it is.